Hey, it's Ubu, and today we're playing a game called Backrooms 2005. It's developed by Render Studios, it's self-published, and you can find the game on Steam. This game caught my eye recently. It has the appearance of a good old-fashioned Backrooms game with the nice VHS filter and everything, so I figured we'd try it out. And if you're not familiar with my channel, at the end of the video, I will give a detailed review, share my general thoughts, and give it my final judgment, and I will have timestamps in the description. But basically, this is a chapter-based Backrooms game, and on the Steam page it says that additional levels added in the future will come with free updates, so I thought that sounded pretty cool. I got this game for $5 on Steam, so a good bargain. I'm excited to try this out, though. We'll go ahead and try Chapter 1, maybe the only chapter right now, so we'll try out Chapter 1. Let's do it. Alright. Yeah, the loading screens are kind of weird. I don't know what's going on with that. Or that's what it does when you launch the game. That's what I'm trying to say. Inserting tape. Okay, so I tried to film my new apartment, and suddenly I fell through the floor. The battery fell out of my camera. How are we recording this? Now I'm in some strange rooms. What? Who does this place belong to? I don't know. I don't know if we want to meet them. Can't. There we go. Okay. Ooh. This is what I'm talking about right here. Okay, that is me turning on the flashlight. A bit of a delay to it. How's our sprint look? Now, the muffled audio is very immersive. I've played Backrooms games that have had audio design very similar to this, and it's really spooky. And with any Backrooms games, I'm going to pick a direction and go with it. So that's what I do, and we'll see what happens. My headphones look really crooked on me. I have to have one kind of off because I need to listen out for somebody that's supposed to show up today, so apologies for looking goofy. Don't want to miss them. Oh! Saw the bacteria. The hand sticking around the corner down there. Oh my gosh. The description of this game is very vague. I don't really know what to expect. It's just like, hey, it's chapters. It's like, okay. Holy, it's dark this way. It's a dead end. Okay. Our footsteps are freaky too. We're running. Kind of a nice echo to them. Great vibe so far. What I was talking about in the intro is it just looked like a good old-fashioned Backrooms game. Okay. Nice humming. Humming of the lights. What is that line right there? Can we... Can crawl. I did it a little too far away. Ooh. There we go. Nice. Okay, we made it. Far so good. Oh, he's following us. I did it again. Kind of cool. I don't know how big these levels are, but they look so far pretty expansive. If something jumps out and chases me, it's not going to be good. My goodness. All right. Let's see. I'm not sure what we were even really looking for. We're looking for a door? Exit? Elevator? We'll say the sprinting is a little disorienting. A little shaky. Oh, really? Here's a door. Well, that's not the exit. That would have been really quick. Oh, okay. There's something else in here. Hello? This is weird. Alright, well, I guess we'll keep looking around. Where did I come from? Oh, well, that's not good. There's just a boulder here. Huh. Okay. Let's keep looking around. Yeah, let's squeeze through here. All right. Bunch of chairs up in here. Hello? Great vibe. Kind of a muted kind of color palette, which I don't dislike. A lot of liminal space games as of late, really colorful, a lot of color popping out, you know. Kind of like this grungy sort of approach. Really curious to see what different sort of levels they come up with. Man, it's dark. I feel like I should just keep going forward. I don't really know. It is pretty expensive, I'll give them that. Check out this doorway here. Alright, let's go. Yeah, I'm not complaining about some of the Backrooms games being really colorful. I think it can work in the right setting and depending on like the theme of the level. You know, we're doing like playrooms stuff and things like that. I mean, it can work, but because there's this weird sort of fine line between like comfort and just discomfort in liminal spaces. Alright, we're back. You won't notice that I left, but I had to talk to the termite guy to get that wrecking ordered, so we're good to go. Alright, I will say this game is very immersive. I think unfortunately with the way liminal space games have been going, and I'll try to explain this well as best I can. I like liminal space games primarily because I like seeing everybody's different take on the idea of liminal space and just putting it to action like this. A lot of liminal space games have become very like interactive, you know, puzzles or monsters, or not all of them are that way. Like Dream Core is one that really stands out, where it's just you explore the levels. You find maybe a flashlight or something, you look for a door and you leave. No monsters, no nothing. I think liminal spaces might function a little better in that way, because it really lets the level shine, you know? The exploration is what makes it so intriguing, at least for me, but it's good that there's, I guess, variety for people out there, but I'm really glad to play another Backrooms game like this. A long-winded way of saying that. But yeah, pretty cool stuff so far. I don't know if I just sort of turned myself around or not, but this looks oddly familiar. Were we here at the beginning? Boy, I hope not. It looks just like that hallway. Uh-oh. Maybe I'm talking too much. I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. This is that same dead end. I think we did make a circle. Wait, what? That's really hard to believe that all of that just connected like that. I didn't expect that, so... Huh. Let's go back then, I guess? Sorry how shaky this is. I mean, it's not my fault, but... I guess it is because I'm sprinting, but... I didn't make the sprint that way. Ooh, that chair kind of spooked me, not gonna lie. I was like, there's somebody standing there. This wall has like some kind of trim on it. It's kind of weird, right? Weird little detail. I appreciate them giving a little more detail in that regard, like just, you know, like the random room that had like a boulder in it, like it was caved in. Stuff like that is pretty cool. Like the idea that the Backrooms like isn't perfect, like it has flaws to it. I mean, clearly it's already a pretty flawed place, but... What? I froze. I swear I heard like loud footsteps running up on me. Maybe I saw a microphone like popping in the game. God, that really scared me. I was like, oh, stop moving. I don't know where that's coming from. Look at the stained kind of nasty carpet too. That looks good. Can't look straight down, unfortunately. It's as far as I can look. It's an odd choice. I feel like I'm talking a lot, but I'm really into this. We're just hanging out. We're just chilling. I have no idea where I'm going. Kind of the point, I guess. What is that? It's a door? Oh no, it's just a weird column. Okay. Sheesh, dude. Green light. Okay, let's go there. Very quiet. Oh. This looks like an elevator. Well, we found the elevator. That's pretty cool. Is that the end of the level, though? Unfortunately, I think it might be. Oh, okay. Ping pong. Oh, we got more. That's great. An office. Seriously? This looks awesome. Look at this. That probably won't be the thumbnail, but who knows? Alright, we got the restrooms here. It's locked. Weird sort of active animation there of trying to open the doors. Kind of uses up a lot of time just to say it's locked. What is this, Silent Hill? I'm like so hyper right now. I'm sorry. Fire exit. What was that? A weird, like, chattering. What am I hearing? I think the opening door animation could definitely be cleaned up a little bit, but I'll talk more about that later. This place is kind of creepy. It's 420. Hell yeah, brother. I mean, heck yeah, brother. Boy, that's... crazy to me how quiet it is. Except for me yapping. So far, looks like an office building, I guess. Got a shopping cart here. What do y'all call that? Wherever you're from. If you're not from the US, what do you call this? Either a shopping cart or a buggy. That's what we'll call it. A buggy. I've heard what people call it in the UK, but for some reason it's escaping me. Trolley? Sounds right, trolley. Oh, the trolley. Because for us, a trolley is like public transportation in some places. Our public transportation is really inconsistent. Depends where you live. I think West Coast and the Northeast have better public transportation. I don't think the South really has all that much. I mean, we have like buses and stuff, but we don't have it like in the UK. Anyways. We made our way back to the beginning. Jeez Louise, I can't see. Let's follow a wall. You can see the walls. I watch a lot of, like, British crime dramas. I'm always, you know, pretty fascinated with the difference in culture and stuff and vernacular and, you know, all that jazz. It's just fun. I've been watching one lately called Shakespeare and Hathaway. It's kind of a comedy. Very easy to watch, just kind of relaxing show. It's pretty good. Alright, we're in a big open room now. It's a phone booth? What am I looking at? Oh, it's a soda machine. My eyes were not connecting the dots there. Flash. Turbo Cola. Buy it today. I love this vending machine, though. This looks great. It's got, like, the waves on it and the ice. Some rope? I couldn't tell if that was tied like a noose or not, because that's not good. Yeah, what's at the dead ends? Gotta be some way out of here, right? Alright, sure. For some reason it sounded like like the noise we make when we're sprinting, our footsteps, and like the rustling of the camera. I could tell it had a break in its loop there for a second. It'd be like boom, 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 and that's kind of odd. I don't think there needs to be like a break there, but maybe it's just a weird bug or something. I don't know. First time I've noticed that. I think it's important to not have looping audio be so obviously looping. To me, it's just kind of distracting, clearly. Not the end of the world, just a small detail. Oh. Alright, well, this is really opened up. Not sure what to do here. Like stuck? What's happening? We haven't had anything creepy happen, like in the first area. Like anything peeking around the corner, or... Except for the very beginning of this area, there was like weird squeaking and like chattering, like... I don't know how to explain it. It was really strange. Something making noise. Hmm. Oh. What's this? Exit sign. Oh man, I love this aesthetic. There's a door. Duh. We kind of step back, then we like lean in. Maybe it's us like kind of repositioning our camera and then using our right hand. Maybe it's like a weird sort of thing there going on. Oh God. How about this? I don't like this. I can see that way. I feel like I'm going crazy. Going crazy. I think obviously going towards the light makes sense, but for some reason I decided not to. I decided to go around it. That's just how we're doing things, y'all. You all. You what? I guess maybe let's walk into the light and see if something happens? No? I just checked all the way around the room. I didn't see anything. This whole room just nothing? I mean, I like exploring this place. I'm not complaining like, how dare they make a room that has me explore it? And there not be anything there. That never happens in the back rooms. I don't know why that should surprise me so much. Everything in the back rooms has a purpose. And it's not you being lost. That's sarcasm. Oh. Is that a red light? What was that? Oh no. Red is bad. What is that? I think it's just more like matrixing or something. There's a weird light. Whoa, look at that. What is your favorite liminal space setting? Like, just the old school OG yellow backrooms or playrooms? Or I'd like to hear what your favorite is. It looks like I have to turn on the power to open the gate. I don't believe you. Okay, well, I guess we do. Well, crap. Gotta look for a generator, I assume. Which I didn't really expect, to be honest, but... This camera shake can be turned down, I think, a good bit, or dialed down. I don't know if I can personally do it, but... Man, what is it? What game does that remind me of? There was another Backrooms game I played, and... Oof. Boy, it's like... It's tough to look at. Why I'm not really sprinting that much, because, like I said, it's a little too much. Squeeze through here. Please don't be a dead end. Well, you got me. If you're wondering what my favorite aesthetic is for liminal space games, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. There's so many. I guess I just like the feeling more than where we are. And each aesthetic, I guess, conveys its own feeling. Or it's, depending on the person, taps into some kind of core memory. That's where we went. Because if I were to use like a game as an example, like Dream 4 has like the pool rooms. It has Eternal Suburbia. It has playrooms. And I think all of those work really well aesthetically. Some of them are kind of a blend. But also it has the new hotel level as well. I almost forgot that. I think they're actually changing that level a lot. They're redoing it in some ways. But I guess it all depends. Pool rooms is pretty chill. I quite like pool rooms a lot in pretty much every liminal space game, depending on how they do it. And that pool rooms level in Dream Core is freaking huge, dude. The only achievement I'm missing in that game is like finding the red rooms, which is in the pool rooms. I've been meaning to go back and get that so I can have all the achievements. I don't know, y'all. I'm a little confused what to do. We'll just keep looking around, and maybe I missed something, obviously. Okay, let's crawl through here. I don't remember having to crawl under something this large. Maybe I did. Time is kind of blending together for me here. Can't quite remember what I've done. I thoroughly searched around the area where the doors are. Didn't see anything. I've been sprinting around everywhere. I mean, this could literally be anywhere. I don't know. Unfortunately, I think this has kind of broken the pacing of the game pretty badly. Oh, look. First time we've seen arrows. Now, what does the arrows mean? Oh. Okay. This could be a trap. Alright, let's go in here. I liked the bacteria. That's what the big squiggly line monster is called. Pretty sure. That's what Tate's Top 10 told me. Haven't heard from them in a minute, but they're usually pretty interested in my liminal space videos, and they give me a lot of information on things I don't understand. I really appreciate them for that. I believe they told me that's what it's called, the bacteria. It's like what's in the original Kane Pixels Backrooms little video. You know what I'm talking about. I liked seeing his little arm around the corner in the first part. Nothing really happening going on in this level here. Electrical room. Okay, we found it. It's gonna be like, locked. I need a key. I'm glad I was wrong. Okay. Here we go. I hope this activates the power. That's a large icon. Stand here. Oh, okay, I was just smashing the E button. E key. The E key. Okay. I mean, that was when the creepy stuff happens. Not that it has to be creepy. I'm not like, wah, it's not creepy. But, because it is. Oh man, I'm just a mess today. I meant something like happening outside of me just walking around. That's okay. That's just the way it be. Here is the red light, so we go this way. Weird little crook wall kind of there, whatever you want to call that. Slanted corner, slanted wall. Slant. And this should be the room. Hey, look at there. We did it. Just like a little storage area. The precarious shelf leaning over. And a giant forklift. Jeez. That is a heavy-duty forklift. Another elevator. Yeah. Yeah, another elevator. Look how clean that seam is in the elevator. It's like invisible. Is there really more? What the heck is this place? Oh. This looks cool. Got like the wallpaper. This looks really cool. Look at that. I played a Backrooms game where they had like a weird mansion kind of house level area that had like extremely floral wallpaper, and it looked awesome. I can't remember the name of that game. I recently played it. I didn't expect this. This is really cool. Oh, and then immediately into something else. To be honest, I'm really surprised how long this is going on for. I don't know why I assumed chapter by chapter meant, you know, they'd be a little bit more condensed, a little shorter sort of experiences, but not complaining. Just surprised. That's weird. What? It's like I'm stuck. There we go. I'm gonna try not to sprint everywhere this time. Oh. This is just more Backrooms, just different color palette. That's interesting. Huh. What are we looking for? Probably another elevator. I was hoping we'd stay in that green kind of floral wallpaper area more. Maybe there was something in there. I missed it. Who knows? There's no way of finding out ever again. It's so quiet. I mean, there's like the rustling of our clothes and stuff, but what am I seeing? Oh, is this a window? Oh, look at that. So we're in the hotel area. That would have been the perfect opportunity to jump scare me, but you missed out. Well, it's definitely a unique approach, I would say, rather than it being like a bunch of rooms. Like you would expect in a hotel. It's more wide open, it's more Backrooms-esque. The chair. That is a fancy chair. Look at that. Hardwood with a cushion. Even got a little cushion back on it. I'm gonna take that to Antiques Roadshow. Did I just do a circle? I guess I did. I'm sort of like instinctually following walls. I didn't think I would have followed that all the way around like that, though. Makes me kind of confused. Okay, here we go. What's that? I think I can use these chairs to climb. Really? And I'm gonna fall and break my neck. Oh. Oh, that was clever. I had the transition there behind the camera being funny. Nice. Yeah, we made our way out of there. Alright, slow it down, Ubu. Is that the elevator? Well, what else is in here? Let's take just a little peek around. Doesn't look like it goes anywhere. I like that metal sound of walking in the elevator. Nice, nice. Okay. This can't be real. My god, the ceiling is like a void. It's freaking weird. It's like we're outside, but we're not. Pretty unsettling. Hello? Oh, is this like the shop? Okay. Like a grocery store kind of thing. Nice. Crazy dark. Okay, restrooms are this way. Allegedly. I'm really bright. Can we take a seat? Oh, we can. I didn't expect that. I'm not doing that. Alright, well, we tested the chair. Chair's good to go. It works. It just works. 16 times the comfort. Here's your reference. Bit of a long crawl here. Just a second, we could turn around and look. What is this? Is anyone there? Odd geometry. I like this. This is cool. Oh, well, we have to try this, right? Oh, come on. It won't let me use it. Maybe it just flips on by itself. Who knows? Called it. Bit of a maze here. Sorry, I have something in my eye. Interesting choice of music. I don't know what language that is. This is unique. I'm not really familiar with this kind of aesthetic. A lot of slants. A lot of broken geometry. Very fascinating. This is weird. Probably could have just gone around that. Very interesting. I liked that. I like that we just kind of pass through. Now we're on somewhere else. Alright, well, we'll keep looking around here. Obviously, we'll go through here. Oh. Oh no. I wonder if I should turn my light down on my camera. I feel like I look like a ghost. Oh man. Sprinting doesn't do anything here, by the way. This is very claustrophobic. Claustrophobia warning. I see an ugly but inevitably comfy couch ahead. Ellipses. Our character is very dumbfounded by this whole thing. Oh yeah, look at that, dude. That looks comfy for sure. I could fall asleep on that. These rooms again? Did I walk in a circle? Probably. I've done that a couple times now. It's an interesting choice to have a circle back to the backrooms, though. I think that's kind of cool. Kind of brings everything together. Oh, this big bookshelf is in the way. This thing probably weighs like a ton. Surprised I can't push this. Oh, here we go. I don't know, if it was sitting on carpet, you probably wouldn't even be able to push it. You know what I mean? I just pull it over. Knock it down. Break my way through. Like the juggernaut. Interesting. I will say, I give this game a lot of credit for being so expansive. Using different aesthetics as well. That's pretty cool. Using like some aesthetics is like more like transitional spaces, like a little like shopping mart kind of place, you know, things like that. The one with the green floral wallpaper. Oh, herringbone floors. Look at that. Find someone's house? Oh no. Oof. I like the attention to detail. I keep saying that in this video. I like the hardwood sound, the footsteps. This door opens. There's nothing there. They tricked us. These weird windows that are just like black voids. That's so creepy. Also need to go back and get the different ending to the Complex Expedition. That game is great. I've only gotten one of the endings, and I think the developer has got some stuff in store for us as well. Some changes, potentially some different sort of secrets being added to the game, but I think they actually have a new project they're working on. Okay. Not sure when they'll reveal that, but maybe sometime soon. They did have an update recently about explaining all that. Super heavy ambience. We got these, like, dust particles in the air now, too. This place is giving off a weird vibe. This is slanted. I'm not even sure what you would call this place. The Backrooms, duh. What the heck? It's just a white square. a window. It's locked. Okay. We'll try door number 2. What's behind it? Ooh. Whoa, this is cool. A little galaxy hallway. Oh. This looks oddly familiar. Things just kind of blending together now. Sorry that I'm quiet every now and then. I'm just thinking. Giving you a break from my talking. What are we looking at here, dude? Is this... space or what? Other windows like what we're looking through? It's really disorienting. Creepy sound. Very creepy. That's what I'm talking about. That's the weird stuff I wanted. This weird stuff. Doesn't have to be like jump in your face kind of stuff. Alright. Who wants to bet that this circles me around to where I was? I'll take you on that bet. That's how that works. There's a door, but it's blocked with a chair. Wet floor sign. I mean, we could easily move that chair. We just moved like a 800-pound bookshelf. What was that? Oh, I thought I heard something as I was talking. I would be so scared to be in this place. Just the not knowing. No idea what's going on. We can even escape. How are we gonna get food and water? Another change of environment here. Very blue. The pen is blue. The Backrooms is blue. Nope, nothing here. Keep exploring. Alright, well there's nothing this way, it seems. We will go a different direction. What's this? Books. And shoes. H. Oh, it goes down. Oh. This actually reminds me of... In some ways, it reminds me of the complex found footage. Which is a good thing. So I love that game. I don't see no books or shoes down here, y'all. We've been lied to. False advertising. Call the Better Business Bureau immediately. Say, hey. They said there'd be books and shoes here. It's just walls. Endless walls. Alright, I have no idea where I am. Actually pretty easy to get lost in here. This place is... Ooh. Oh no, this is where we started. I don't know, maybe there's nothing in here. Maybe we go back up. That don't seem right though. Oh wait, is this different? No, it's not. Like, this clearly looks like somewhere we should go, right? It's hard to decide now. Alright, we left the books and shoes store and we're moving on now. Oh my god. What? Is this just a chasm right here? Is there no wall here? I feel like I could totally fall off of here. I'm kind of freaked out. What in the world is happening? Look how far over I can get, y'all. I don't know. Is there an invisible wall here? I just can't see. I mean, I don't know where else to go, so... Wait a minute. Maybe we try falling off? That don't seem right either. I don't know. Just see what happens. We're falling. This is incredibly unpleasant. I don't think I was supposed to do this. I'm just falling into nothingness. It's freaky. Alright, well, I'm back in the main menu. I guess I made a pretty grave mistake there. I'm not sure why that wall was missing. I was very confused of what to even do anymore. I was wandering around for a really long time, and I won't necessarily hold that against the game too much, but I'll go more over that as I talk about different aspects of this game in my review. If you're not interested in my review and you were just here for the gameplay, I really appreciate you hanging out, and I hope to see you again. Anyways, I'll go ahead and just start with the visuals. I think visually the game is really solid all the way around. I don't have any issues with it. I think maybe if I were to nitpick it, the fuzziness of the game is maybe just a little too extreme. It makes the flashlight and the lighting have this kind of odd artifacting kind of effect about it. And as we approach walls and stuff, there's just some odd, I guess, texture with the way the light eventually sort of starts to eliminate a wall as you approach it. You can see like the rings of the flashlight. And it just looks a little odd, I guess. It's not a bad thing, but that's the only thing I could really point out that I disliked about, or that I could critique about the visuals. Otherwise, I like its visual appeal, its found footage appeal, just very nice to look at in general. And like I said, very authentic appeal for a Backrooms game. Now, in terms of the audio, I really like the audio as well. I like the muffling of our clothes and the camera moving around as we move around, the attention to detail with our footsteps making different noises on different surfaces like carpet or hardwood or things like that. So that's always good to see. And I like the touches of having some ambient music throughout, the music playing from the radio, the odd music of the bacteria reaching its hand around the corner. I wish there was maybe a little bit more. As we played, the game is eerily quiet, which is a good thing, but it's almost too quiet sometimes. It just becomes very, very, very quiet to the point where the overall atmosphere just kind of flatlines for a while. I think having some additional ambience or something kind of paced a little better throughout, I think would have helped in a lot of ways. While I like what they've done with the audio, like I said, I just think the fact that there is so much to explore and it is so quiet for so long, it becomes a little stagnant in my opinion. Otherwise, I would say the audio design is pretty solid. I like, when you walk up to the window with the weird like stars or whatever you can see, that odd kind of warbling, creepy noise they played there. I thought that was pretty well done. So overall audio is good. I think it could use a little work when it comes to how quiet it is for so long. In terms of mechanics, I like its approach of being a very simplistic, straightforward Backrooms experience. You explore until you either find elevators or some kind of puzzle that you need to solve to progress to the elevator. And while I like the idea of having to look for the power and to do things like that, it, I think, can also hurt the pacing. The game is surprisingly large, which I appreciate. I think it's great. It's just very easy to get lost, and it takes a long time to explore these massive areas that when you finally do get to somewhere that then requires you to then explore even more, it feels like just too much. It feels a little bloated, because a lot of these levels are very samey. There's not much that keeps you on your toes. There's not much variety in a lot of the levels. A lot of them just kind of look the same for a very, very long portion of time. So it just can sometimes just kind of feel like aimless wandering. There are some areas that have key locations that are easy to remember, like having the weird slant on the corner of that wall near the doors where we need to escape the second area, but a lot of the levels look very, very similar to each other, or don't really have anything that makes them dynamic, so it can just feel very aimless. And I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. I think it wouldn't feel so bad if the levels didn't feel also just so gigantic. There's a fine line that I'm trying to cross here with. I like that it's expansive and encourages exploration. It's a Backrooms game. I think it's great to have a lot to look through and to look around and to explore. I just think the levels feel just a little too repetitive and a little too big for how little dynamic key locations there are. I really enjoyed exploring and looking around, trying to solve the puzzles. I just think it took just a little too long. I felt a little too aimless and a little too bloated on how big the levels were. And I still could not, for the life of me, figure out what to do at the end of the area that I was at. I'm not even sure if that was the end of the game or not. It just felt like I was never going to find the end. There was just nothing that really necessarily convinced me that I was going in the right direction. Now, in some ways it did. That we could find places like little transitional spaces, like with the bench and the window and the book shoe store area and things like that, or like, okay, things are changing as I'm progressing. So in my mind, it gives me the sense that I'm on the right track, which encourages me to keep going, to find something new, to potentially grab my attention and pull me in a different direction. There were a lot of areas in this game that just didn't have that. It was just huge maze-like areas that you just kind of have to wander aimlessly around in until you finally found the right place to go to. And that can work, but I think this was almost the wrong way to do it, if that makes sense. Like I said, it's really hard for me to explain this. I'm just kind of mixed on the exploration side of things. I do like its overall appeal and the focus on exploration. I just think it could have been executed a little bit more. Like I said, the fact that it's a chapter by chapter game, I don't think chapters like this need to be so bloated. And I'm not complaining that I have a lot of gameplay to do. I think that's great, but I just think it's maybe just a step too far with how big the levels are. Another thing in terms of mechanics is when it comes to like opening doors, I wish you could smooth up how the animation works of opening doors or to check if they're locked or not. I just think it takes a little too long. I would just prefer just do like a quick action, or just have us, as soon as we interact with it, you hear like a door jingle, like door handle jingle, and just say locked, rather than having to like do this animation over and over again. I think that just kind of breaks up the pacing a little bit. And I just think in general, like I was talking about the overall level design, is just, I think it kills the pacing for me to feel lost for so long. I don't mind feeling a little lost here and there, trying to explore, trying to figure things out, when I'm just eventually to the point where I'm like, well, I have no clue what to do, where it starts to become more of an annoyance more than like an intrigue. I think that could be an issue. And this is just based on my personal experience. I'm just telling you how it was. So overall, mechanically, I would say the game is okay. I don't dislike it. I just think it could be smoothed out just a little bit, refined a little bit. I like the different aesthetics that we came across and how expansive this first chapter is. It's very impressive. I just think it's a tad too much. That's all I'm trying to say. Now, in terms of story and concept, it's pretty straightforward. You're somebody who is doing a normal thing in their life, and they fell through into the Backrooms. So I like that it's true to form when it comes to a story set in the Backrooms. You're just somebody who just clips through, and there's where they are. So, or no clips, whatever they call that. And you just have to find your way through. I like that there's some dialogue that you can read here and there when he comes across somewhere like, wow, what is this? Or I can't believe this is still going, or this is bizarre. You know, just acknowledging something in the environment as we progress, I think is a nice touch. So that's pretty cool. Other than that, I wouldn't say there's much story necessarily. Obviously, we'll see it unfold as we play more chapters. But I think for what we have so far, it's pretty solid. In terms of the concept, I like the concept a lot. Like I said, it's a very authentic, very true to form Backrooms experience with its visual appeal and its overall focus on level design, being expansive and being maze-like. And I just think maybe it's just a little too much in some areas, and it kind of detracts away from its enjoyment for me. But I still enjoy the concept. I like what you're doing with this. So great work there. Now, in terms of performance and settings, I would say the performance in the game is good, but I can really tell my computer is basically giving it all it's got to play this game. No complaint necessarily there. I just wanted to point that out. The only problem that stands out is the fact that there was no wall towards where I was. I keep trying to say towards the end of the game. I'm not really sure if that's true or not, or end of the chapter rather. But I literally was looking around for so long, I just thought maybe this is what I have to do. And that was wrong. It's because I just fell forever. I waited around for a while, nothing happened. And when I try to start over the chapter, there's no save points or checkpoints, which I think is another big issue. So I had to start over from the beginning, and I just don't have time for that today. I'm sorry, but it's really unfortunate because I would have really liked to have seen the actual end of the chapter. So that's a big letdown for me personally, because I just feel like I obviously just made the wrong choice there at the end. That's my bad. Otherwise, performance is fine, so no issues there. In terms of settings, we'll talk about that as well during this segment. So here are our settings. You have your window modes here. You have your resolution, your shadow quality, which can only be epic or high. It won't let me go any lower than that for some reason. And then you have VSync and frame rate, which I think is all totally fine. Always like to see audio options in addition to, you know, stuff like this, but I would say the audio mixing in general is fine. Nothing really stood out that was an issue or too loud or too quiet necessarily, so I'm sure maybe as you work on this, then maybe you can add something like that, fine tune the settings a little bit. And that's another thing I just forgot to mention is when you hit any sort of loading screen, or like when you launch the game, or like you just saw coming back to the main menu, the white bar at the bottom, it's struggling to like transition between menus and stuff. That's pretty odd. So I'm sure that can be fine tuned as well. So I would say performance is good and the settings are good. So no real big issues there, except for just the missing wall at the end of the area I was at for some reason. So my final judgment for Backrooms 2005 is I would say it's okay. While I like a lot of aspects of this game, especially its visuals and its audio design, I just think I'm very mixed on its approach to level design being or feeling too bloated in a lot of ways. Where on one hand, I like the idea of being able to explore, get lost a little bit in the wonder of where I am and how to escape. But then on the other hand, it gets to the point where, man, I've been looking around for so long and it just sort of overstays its welcome. So I'm sure there's a balance to be found there somewhere, but it's not like that the entire time. There are moments in this chapter where I'm like, this is working and everything feels really good, where I'm going from like new place to new place, look around a little bit, another little transitional area. Towards the end of the chapter, that felt a lot better. There were some places in between, though, that just felt entirely too large and entirely too confusing. And of course, I like the story, at least for what it's given us so far. It's got good bones, a decent first impression. I like that there's some dialogue that their character is acknowledging what they're experiencing, so that's really cool. I like the overall conceptual approach of the game being very authentic Backrooms experience, so great work there as well. And performance and settings are good across the board, so while, like I said, I like a lot of aspects of this, I'm very mixed on some very key components of this kind of experience, but that's just the way I see it. And of course, as you add more chapters and update this game, I'm sure everything's going to work out just fine. So keep up the great work, and I wish you the best of luck on your future endeavors. Tell me what you think in the comments below. What are your thoughts on this game? Do you agree or disagree with me? Do you have anything to add? Just want to say hi? Let me know what's up. And don't forget to check the pinned comment below for the links to everything and go play this game for yourself and form your own opinion. If you'd like to support my channel, hit subscribe, leave a like, comment, and share the video. I'd greatly appreciate that. And I thank you for watching my video. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I think that's all I have to say about it. So thanks for hanging out with me, and don't forget.
The pale moth is always watching.